character role skills, trained skills, untrained skills, attribute bonuses, skill proficiency. I mean, how geekish can I possibly get? Well, let's find out. Okay, example task. You stand on that rock and you are supposed to jump over to that table and then shoot an arrow. If you achieve a critical success, you not only are able to jump over, but you also manage to shoot the arrow at the same time, for example. If you achieve a success, then you manage to jump over, and then the next round you will be allowed to shoot the arrow. If you achieve a semi-success, you will be allowed to jump over, but for example, you lose your balance when you reach the table, and therefore are not allowed to shoot the arrow next round, and instead has to spend it to regain balance. A failure means that you jump not far enough and you simply fail to jump over and instead land in between. A critical failure here would mean that you tried to jump and you fell and probably hurt yourself whilst trying. I remember myself. And semi-success opens up for interesting successes with still unexpected results. And critical successes opens up for the Mythmaster to let the player character do something extra, something special, or maybe just do something faster. For example, instead of spending a round to climb 10 feet, he spends a round and climbs 20 feet or 15 feet. You achieve a critical failure when you miss the target number by more than 5. When you cast 3 wands, it's an automatic critical failure. This will happen in 0.5% of the times you cast the dice. If you cast a natural 4, it is at best a failure. If you cast a natural 18, it is at worst a success. If you cast a natural 17, it is at worst a semi-success. Most of the time when you use the 3d6 system, you will get a result on the dice around 10 or 11, which makes it more predictable. When you add your skill proficiency to the most likely result, then you have an approximate idea of what your character will be able to do most of the time. The disadvantage of using a 3d6 system is that when you add modifiers, they are much more significant than in, for example, in a d20 system. A +1 on a 3d6 system is more significant than a +1 in a d20 system. The highest skill proficiency bonus you can have is a +5. The highest stat modifier you can have to any one skill is a +5, and the highest talents modifier you can have to any one skill is a +2. So the maximum modifier you can have is +12. A +12 means that even the absurd difficulty will be difficult for you, because you have to reach the target number 24, and with a +12 bonus you still have to cast 12 on the dice to achieve at least a semi-success. In relation to your character role skills, you will achieve the +5 maximum bonus at level 10. In relation to skills you are just trained in, you will achieve the maximum +4 bonus at level 16. If you are untrained in a skill in MYFAROG, you will get a penalty most of the time, ranging from -2 to -5, and that of course is very significant when you have a 3d6 system. If you have a -5, it means simply that you really don't know how to do it, and even routine tasks will be difficult for you. In MYFAROG you can also ask for divine aid in relation to skills, which means that you spend some favor points in order to get a small bonus granted to you by the gods. I'm also going to talk about how willpower influences the skill system in MYFAROG. Because if you have a positive willpower modifier, you can add 1 die when you cast the dice to test skills, and therefore you cast 4 dice instead, and then you remove the dice with the poorest result to get a better result. And you can do this a number of times equal to your positive willpower modifier every day. And this is to simulate the ability of people with a very strong willpower to will things through, to perform better by mere willpower. However, if you do use your willpower like that, there are no natural results, so you can't get an 18 and achieve an automatic success, or a 17 and gain an automatic semi-success.